What is going on, guys? TKD123 video, and today we're going to talk about another news story that happened yesterday. It was very big. It blew up a ton on Twitter and everything, and I definitely do not want to go too long without giving my thoughts and opinions on this because it is a very big deal. But beside the point, you may hear a slight difference in my audio. I just got a blue snowball mic and everything just to test it out, mainly because I want to do, some videos and do just some commentaries and recordings, whatever, while I'm at school, and it's kind of hard to do that if I don't have a mic that's, pretty decent right here. So I got, pretty decent mic, I'm assuming. So definitely do let me know in the comments below if it sounds pretty good, straightforward. I will do the editing I can do it that I usually do with my regular commentaries on my Yeti at home, but I just wanted to just like low-key beta test this mic over here. But let's get to the topic of discussion. And ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the sad news that Visceral Games is closing. EA's officially closed Visceral Games, and it's gonna happen. It's pretty much a done deal at this point. So I got this article here from IGN, and basically what they're saying here is that the game will now be handled over by a number of EA studios, and what the game I'm talking about in question is the highly, waited for, the highly anticipated, Amy Hennig written and directed Visceral Star Wars game. And that is what I instantly thought of when I heard this news, and it's instantly what a lot of people thought of here. And it's very sad here to think that, man, like, now that game as well is gone. And what's really the worst thing about it is that we've had Star Wars 1313. Of course, that was, announced and really shown off at a few E3s ago and everything. It was this big hit, but then once Disney bought out Lucasfilms, the game Star Wars 1313 was no more, and it was done and canned, whatever. And it's very sad to see that, and now we have it yet again. You know what I'm saying? Like, Visceral Game Star Wars was supposed to be kind of the nice filler, and really was going to be the nice kind of, was meant to be of Star Wars 1313, and now we don't even have that either because now Visceral Games is closed. And to touch back on a comment I said in the beginning of this video about, they, having a game that's supposed to be, just moved and will be still continuing. Obviously, that was a Star Wars game. And they released out, a couple of statements regarding the kind of, remnants and what will become of the Star Wars game that they're working on. And they say that they are not officially canceling the game. The game is not theoretically canceled, but the game as we knew it is canceled. They say that they are going to be changing up the game and changing up, the actual kind of nitty-gritty of the actual game and what it was actually meant to intend to be something a little bit more broader and a little bit more of a multiplayer as service game as opposed to a linear story-based experience that we all were looking for. So they say, quote, to be a broader experience that allows for more variety and player agency, leaning into the capabilities of our Frostbite engine and reimagining central elements of the game to give players a Star Wars adventure of great depth and breadth to explore. So basically what is happening here, right? So essentially what's happening here, from what I can take and what a lot of people are pretty much, just assuming here, and really much, not really even assuming, because they straight up said it here, they are really changing up the game to be less of a linear experience, more of a story-based game that is more analogous to, let's say, what Amy Hennig used to write, the Uncharted series. I'm saying? Obviously, Uncharted didn't just have single player, there was multiplayer component, but, just having this game focus on the Amy Hennig linear story-based game was going to be something that a lot of people were looking forward to. I was looking forward to. A ton of people were like super excited to have Amy Hennig involved in the Star Wars game, and they're instead taking this and they're shifting it to be a little bit more of the analogous games that are of service, type of way of doing things, right? So we look at the Destiny 2s of the world, where we have a game that you buy, and throughout the course of the months and years that go on and on, they get, updates, and there's seasonal events and all these other things, and it's very much more of an online as a game, and that's essentially the route they're going with on this game. And they go on to say, quote, the games we want to play and spend time with, the experiences we want to have in those games, and the way we play, all those things are continually changing. And that was by a EA employee, which I guess is, just giving a little bit more of his mindset, and I guess a little bit more of EA's mindset on how they feel the game industry is going right now in terms of games. And of course, the most important, news tidbit we can get out of this is who exactly is taking up the helm of the Star Wars game that was being developed by Visceral Games. Now that Visceral Games is closed, and the people that are doing it are going to be EA Vancouver. They're going to be leading the charge and leading the overall kind of, development and production of this game. However, they do have different studios that they're also going to be helping out along with this development as well. So it's EA's worldwide studios, so it's just EA's different studios across the world. They will also be helping EA Vancouver with this game. And just on the personal, I don't even like that. I would rather just say, hey, hey, listen guys, this is going to EA Vancouver. Just give it to someone, but only one studio, because when you have a game and it gets touched by a bunch of different studios, there comes an issue where the game might feel a little bit stagnant, where we have different art direct, not not art direction, but like different, you know, visions for the game and everything, and the game just feels a little bit more disjointed, and that happens a lot in gaming that we've seen in history, you know, like in the past, whatever. So definitely feel like, you know, it's already a bad news bears here going with, you know, this game having multiple studios working on it. Sometimes it works, and I really hope this one works, but you know, just from what it looks like right now, that is also a very, very bad sign, at least in my opinion. And the article also states that the 2019 fiscal year release date that was supposed to be planned for the Star Wars game has now been eliminated, and there is currently no date, obviously, for the Star Wars game, because who knows when this will come out now, you know, with it being planned for 2019, and now with this whole thing going on, who knows when you know, we will ever see this game, if we even will at this point. And just one last thing before I go into my opinion on this whole thing, whatever, I send my thoughts and prayers out to those affected at Visceral Games, those employees. They put up a great tweet, you know, they didn't say anything about, you know, them being shut down or whatever yet, but, you know, they simply posted about like 3 hours ago of this recording, they posted the entire studio just on some stairways, and they took a nice picture of the entire team. And, you know, this image is very, very powerful for a lot of people, and especially was powerful for me, because, you know, a lot of people, you know, tend to shit on games and, you know, hate on games here and there, whatever, but I feel like a lot of us forget that, you know, there are real people behind these games. There are real teams, 600 team, you know, people. There are 300 team people. There are a bunch of different sizes of teams working on the games that we play, the games we talk about, the games that we enjoy, the games that I have been growing up with in my childhood, and the games that I continue to talk about today. And so to put faces to these people, to put faces on the people that, you know, developed Dead Space, the people that developed Hardline, to these people that were working on the Star Wars game, you know, I say thank you to them, because, you know, without them, we have no industry here, and without them, we have no games, we have nothing to talk about here, we have no channels, we have nothing here. So definitely do hope that they get back on their feet. And of course, there have been a ton of people in the industry, you know, just saying, hey, yo, we are hiring here at, you know, 2K was hiring a bunch of people, and, you know, just all across your studios. So I really do hope that a lot of these official employees get back on their feet and get employed at another studio. And also, I've been seeing, you know, a lot of people here saying that, oh, this is the start of the end of, you know, games that are story-based focus and games that are single player. And of course, with the way that EA worded their stuff here, of course it makes sense why anyone would, you know, why like anyone would think that, right? But I obviously don't think that. I don't think that story is gone in games. I don't feel that story, you know, is going to be put to the wayside just because of a game has to be, you know, oh, let's make sure that it's service based, and let's make sure that people are staying on this game, whatever, stuff like that. You know, I will do say that it is troubling. It is indeed troubling to see this, where we have, you know, the likeness of what Visceral Games does, and the likeness of Star Wars, and the likeness of Amy Hennig at that, you know, having that key component and still wanting to go to a service way of doing things is very, very scary to me. Obviously, I don't feel like it'll be the end of it. And, you know, they did update the article a few hours ago, and they stated that, you know, what they have of the game so far, like what, you know, they have developed and what they have, you know, with terms of assets, whatever, and stuff like that, they will still be using those in the final game. So I don't know what that means. That could literally just mean character models and just skins. That could literally just mean environments. We have no idea if that even means that this game will even have a single player. We have no confirmation of that. We have no idea if Amy Hennig's story will even, you know, be, you know, on this thing. And I've been seeing reports that you know, Amy Hennig is not a part of this anymore, and that, you know, she will be kind of like looking more, you know, towards something else, I'm presuming, or you know, EA is currently right here, which is an article that Amy Hennig is in talks with them to see what her next move is. So we don't even know if she's even going to be still on board in this project, and honestly, I don't blame her, man. Like, I would be extremely distraught right here, where we have EA just totally canning your idea, totally canning this whole game of what it's supposed to be. And overall, man, it's a really, really sad day. I'll be real. Like, you know, I'm sitting here. It is, you know, the night of Tuesday/Wednesday morning, and you know, a lot of people are still talking about it on Twitter. A lot of people were talking about it all day, and it has really been a sad thing. You know, it's always a sad thing to see a studio, you know, close and see so many people affected, and, you know, just to have one of, you know, just a studio that, you know, isn't even somebody that is random, or like not so much random, but just like you just having a studio that, you know, has the pedigree of of making Dead Space and making Battlefield Hardline, and now working on an official, canon, official Star Wars game, and they get canceled. Like, of all studios, they get canceled. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's like, whoa. Like, just hearing and seeing that Visceral Games was closed, that completely blew me away. I had no idea this happened. I had no idea. I couldn't even, make this up. Like, I was like, man, like, this has to be fake, and sadly, it was not fake. So I really hope that all those, employees at Visceral, they really get back on their feet, and they, just get to other studios and really don't waste their talent here. And I, hope for this game now here. Now, of course, speaking just in terms of me, yeah, I'm a fan of service games. You know what I'm saying? I like, my Destiny 2s, I like my Divisions, I like my etc. Where, these games are mere services where I go back into them from time to time, whatever, stuff like that. But, I don't know if I would rather have that over a single player experience like Uncharted 4, or a single player experience like The Last of Us, or any of those masterful, great, grade A single player experiences. I don't know if I would really take a service game over the narrative point, and I feel like a lot of people are in the same boat as me. Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's been a long one, guys. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share down below. Also, hold up. Let me know, how does mic sound? Is it good? Is it decent? Is it okay? Is it worse? Whatever. Even if it's, I mean, like, for me, if it's doable, it's doable, right? Obviously, I know it's not my Yeti, but if it's somewhere near that range, I'm happy with it. This will only be for those videos that I have to make on the go. It won't be a regular thing, obviously, but just have it here on backup in case you need it over there at school. And then make sure to check out also PlayStation Follow. I will have new content up there this week, so if you go check out that channel as well, make sure to go over there and subscribe to PlayStation Follower. I will be working on there and all those contents over there as well, so make sure to go check that out as well. Also, just make sure even though I have that channel over there on PlayStation Follower, this channel is not going anywhere. There will still be content up here on this channel, of course, and it will just be a little bit different here moving forward. So thanks for watching, and as always, I got you.